this much delayed presentation of OneWeb strategies. Recently I've been doing lots of different posts. I have not posted them to video, but some of you have requested that I do so. You may have seen some of the posts on my blog, OneWeb Strategy, about words to live by. A little history on this. Words to live by is something I created several years ago for my two daughters. It was a workbook kind of bound in a coil spine so that it was easy to open and close. Each page had a word to live by in a dictionary type format. Usually I, and sometimes my wife, would talk about these together, and then we'd create a definition for each word for my daughters. And usually at dinner time or some other time, we would go through some of the words. We still haven't gone through all. And they were often value-related words like honesty or love or different things like that. They were geared more towards my daughters. Well, the page usually had at least 3/4 or half a page open so they could write notes and draw pictures. We encouraged them to come up with their own ideas, thoughts, and pictures so they would remember it. So some of these are really great, and I think sometimes I'm going to go through and pick out a few of these pages we've worked on together and scan them so you can see their colors, the colored pictures and the words and things that they've written in there. Some of them are very wise. These were young children when I started it, and some of the things they came up with on their own is really quite amazing, like any child. Today's word is patience. Dictionary definition is the quality of being patient, the ability or willingness to suppress restlessness or annoyance when confronted with daily delays, quiet, steady perseverance, even-tempered care. Besides being a really good Guns N' Roses song, patience is something we all struggle with from time to time. Sometimes we want our child to heal quicker. We want to get through that rough period. Maybe we want a relationship issue to be resolved faster. We want to get that new job faster. We want to get the home to sell, to close faster. We want to get pregnant quicker. We want medical results back sooner. We want our loved one to recover sooner. We want that payment, the check, to get here quicker in our wallets. We all got to learn patience. It's a lesson, I guess. I have different points on this, and I've read different things. Some say we need to go with the flow and you ride the wave that life gives us. Just be patient and go with it. Take it as it comes. You've heard that. Others are pretty driven, achievement-driven people. Set the specific goals, set specific timelines, and define the action steps, and just stick to that plan no matter what life gives you. I think they're both good points, and I admit I guess I fall somewhere in between. I think we need goals and we need a plan, but sometimes we have to accept life, what it gives to us. We have to have faith, we have to listen to life, listen to our own intuition, and kind of go with the moment in some cases. I believe we choose and we create our destiny, and we're responsible for our failures and successes, and recreate our reality. But I don't think things happen for no reason. I don't think there's a coincidence. There are no accidents. Maybe we create it, or the universe does, or God, or whatever. But it's a balancing act. Patience involves an acceptance of the situation. You have to accept it. You have to have faith that things will come true. Faith in yourself, faith in the universe, and life, and others. Patience is about calmly and confidently going for it instead of being in a panic or a rush. You have to have some certainty and some confidence in yourself. Patience is about living in the present, living in the moment, taking our time. We want to rush to get there to tomorrow, or maybe we're looking in the past when we want to rush away from the past. But we got to live in the now. We got to experience it. That's what patience is about. I find it interesting that the definition I first read you says, without complaint, loss of temper, irritation, or the like. It's a good thing, and I think we can all learn from that. The other good point is quiet, steady perseverance, even-tempered care and diligence. I catch myself being impatient often. I step back for a moment and I remind myself to be patient. And, almost always I feel better, and I actually come up with an idea or action step that might help me get closer to the goal after I've calmed down or become patient. I always like to try to relate a situation. I was in a tough financial situation not long ago. We had an issue with our mortgage company. They owed us an overpayment of insurance funds, thousands of dollars, and they wouldn't release it. It was getting frustrating talking to many, many different people and tell us different things. And they wouldn't resolve it for over a month. It was a couple months. And I could never find out why, but I was trying to improve my income, get a better job, or just do better at the job I was doing. I was anxious. I would wake up in the morning, I'd feel sick, I wanted to throw up, I dreaded going to work. I woke up in a panic times about my bills, about my finances. I was short and I was crabby and I was uncool with my kids and my family. And things in my life or something I read or something would kind of interrupt that pattern, and I would practice patience. And I'd calm down, and you know what? The patience, I was better able to come up with a communication, an idea, and handle the mortgage lender in a better way and their requests. I was better about doing homework, work, and being good at home with the family and being productive. And I was a better family man. I was a better father and a husband. Let's talk about it, whether you're religious or not. Talk about God or talk about the universe. Let's face it, what we want today, even this month, even this year, it's a pretty small thing in the time and space continuum, if you want to put it that way. It's actually kind of ridiculous. We get impatient when our texts take a couple seconds longer. We get impatient when our direct deposit takes a day or so more. We forget that not long ago, even just a couple years ago, we didn't have texting, where the text took a lot longer and you couldn't send them a lot of places. I remember when American Online came out, you had to dial up and checking email took forever. It was crazy. Trying to send one email with an attachment, forget about it. Now, if an email takes like 30 seconds to go, man, we want to call the Geek Squad or something. It's pretty funny that we get upset by delays in traffic, which I do. Get delays, you're impatient about different things at work, and it's just a small little sliver of something. But does that delay in traffic really matter in your lifetime? No, not really. In the grand scheme of things, it all works out well. I recall waiting for something to clear, something to arrive, something to be resolved. I thought it was so important that I had to have that thing right now. And you know what? In many cases, it worked out better that it arrived later. We have to have patience. There are other things unfolding. Again, maybe it's the universe unfolding it for us. Maybe it's God. Maybe it's our own intuition and how we're choosing things. I've done things where I made choices and the timing changed. And looking back, I swear it was almost something inside me that made those choices and changed the timeline. And it wasn't something that I consciously knew I was doing, but maybe I was guiding myself or something. I've heard that from other people too. So share this and tell me, comment. Do you think impatience can help you in your career life? If you're in sales or something like that, and you're impatient with your situation, you're impatient trying to get to a client, impatience can help drive you. It can help you better your situation. But that's one thing I'm trying to juggling with, some kind of balance here. If you're impatient where you are today, you're not satisfied, you have to accept where you are. I've talked about that before, but if you're impatient, it gets you up off the couch, it gets you off your butt. It gets you out there working, knocking on doors or connecting or whatever it is you do. You know, if you're impatient with the medical system and you're a doctor, you're going to get up and do something about it, right? Or you're going to volunteer and do something about it at your church or whatever you're doing in life, right? Impatience can help you, right? What do you think? How do you think the balance in regards to go with the flow or go with a strict schedule or timeline, where do you sit on that spectrum, so to speak? What ideas do you have to share? I'd really like to hear you share these things. And check out some of the other posts I have here on onewebstrategy.com. 20 guiding thoughts to post over your desk. Is the grass greener? Sharing an article. Don't let your babies grow up to be strangers. What is the perfect investment? There's nothing to sign up for, no opt-ins, nothing to buy here. Check it out. There's another word to live by I'll talk about later. Forgiveness. 8 ways goofing off can make you more productive. That's all for today. Thanks very much. Visit me at onewebstrategy.com or email me onewebstrategy@gmail.com.